Poetry, ladies and gentlemen, poetry. Poetry, a lot of people think it's quite easy to write poetry. You just sit down and... Let's start again. Poetry, ladies and gentlemen, poetry. People think it's quite easy to write poetry. You just sit down and go, blah, 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 Bob's your uncle and it's done. But it's not that way, is it?
No?
No, it's not that easy.
No.
Usually, one piece of poetry alludes to one thought, but not in the case of this particular piece. No, this was one of those occasions where I had started a piece based on Tomorrow's World. That was it. It was Tomorrow's World where we started. Do we remember Tomorrow's World, ladies and gentlemen? Yes. Oh, Michael Rodd, James Burke, the Vorderman, Carol Vorderman. Who else was it?
Susan... Like
Judith Han, all those people. What have all these people got in common, ladies and gentlemen? Lying bastards! That's what they've got in common. They'd come on a Thursday evening, post Top of the... Were they before Top of the Pops or after Top of the Pops?
After.
After Top of the Pops, they would come on, so that would technically be post Top of the Pops.
Yes.
The post Top of the Pops Thursday night programme, BBC One. They'd come on there and they'd tell us all about these fucking inventions they'd made that week, all the things that they reckon they'd come up with. It was all a load of shit because none of it happened. We're in the 21st century now and they told us that had happened in the 20th century.
Indeed.
When were they saying this? Was it the 19th? I can't remember. It was a long time ago. So, started writing poetry about Tomorrow's World. Got so far in, got bored, put it to one side, thought, come back to that. Started writing a poem about the fact that pubs seem to be closing. They were, at that point, they were closing at a rate of 500,000 in Blackpool alone in 1 week, weren't they? Now, they're fucking well all shut. There's not a pub, you can't get a beer in Blackpool anymore because everything's... And anywhere, in fact, all the pubs are now shut. Boris could have opened them a little bit earlier and given them a chance, but no, he doesn't use pubs.
Mail order beer.
Mail order beer, yes.
Yeah, it doesn't really work, does it?
No. It's not the same thing at all, is it? Because it arrives broken, doesn't it? Like everything else that you order online. Yeah, that's it.
Or just didn't arrive.
Anyway, started writing that poem. Got bored. Put it to one side. Thought, come back to it on another day.
Then you thought you'd do a poem about your failed attempt to be a pop star in the 80s.
When you say failed...
Oh.
Is it failed if I'm still getting PRS?
Well...
It's not technically.
No.
That's how I got through lockdown, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. PRS. It was very kind of them. Yeah. Anyway, started writing a poem about that. Got bored. Put it to one side. Thought we'll come back to that. Short of a poem for an album, we thought, okay, we've got some bits. Let's put them all together.
Put them all together.
In the same way that this intro is several bits put together because I can't remember how
when you see it.
Once he's edited it, and taken me out altogether. Anyway, this is that piece. It's an amalgamation of three things that should keep you interested 3 times as much. This is called Sign Off the Fucking Times. Oh, and it's got a really lovely bass line right at the beginning that shows what a great jazz bass player Ian is, and I'm not supposed to talk over it because apparently it ruins it.
Every time.
It's the 21st century we're living in, whether we like it or not. Though it isn't the future we'd hope to see, it's the one that we bloody well got. It should all be robots and jetpacks and clones and silver jumpsuits by now. Driverless cars, timeshares on Mars. Tomorrow's World said we'd know how. We were expecting our future to be from sci-fi and fantasy hewn. All rolling pavements and pills for our food, a retirement plot on the moon. Instead we've been cheated, bankrupted and fleeced, and we're on this austerity drive. Forced to diversify just to get by, we've all had to adapt to survive. S.Y. we're playing Gimp Night down at the Fighting Cocks. They got whips and chains and bondage and the fondle box. The swingers have the basement, there are poets in the snug. All in the hope to buy some beer in a straight glass or a jug. So we'll do Gimp Night down at the Fighting Cocks. It's tranny night on Sundays for the men in frocks. Every first Tuesday they hand you advice. It's just more Christian karaoke or pop quiz nights. Sorry, I'm just seeing his beard sticking out from under his mask. When I was young, a review said of me, this boy, he's gonna go far. He straddles a line between madness and genius. He is a natural born star. Well was my oyster, I would have been rich if what he'd predicted had come through. I'd have been touring the globe, I'd have been someone, not nobody, standing here talking to you. But nothing's turned out quite how we thought it might. Our best laid plans all came to naught. So we'll do what we must do like everyone else, because we've all got bills to pay out. Swine are not precious about the gigs that we do. We've played strip club, shop windows, cafes. We've bussed in the street just so that we can eat. He'll do anything as long as it pays.
Yeah, it's a good point, actually.
So we'll play Gimp Night down at the Fighting Cocks, where the landlord's into the spirit taking cattle prod shocks. There are jelly wrestling virgins out on the patio. There's a black mass in the function room, so the lights are down low. They want us for Gimp Night down at the Fighting Cocks. They got every fetish catered for with a free glass of hock. On Thursdays it's the sewing circle, but not every third. That's when the real perverts show up for a night of spoken word. They're doing a Gimp Night down at your local pub. They serve pints and shots and measures and lubricants by the tub. It might not be traditional like darts, but they gotta thrive. And it's keeping them in business and turns like us alive. Oh yes, it's Gimp Night down at the Fighting Cocks. So grab yourself a mask and a pint and some PVC jocks. It's Gimp Night down at the Fighting Cocks. It's a sign of the times.
Last all about chimes.
Well, it's better than tenner-penny covers by churning out second-hand rock. Leave it, mate. It's not worth it.
Sorry, wrong gig. Thank you. Rapturous applause across the room.
I could just see this little grey beard sticking out.
Became a merkin in your head and lady part and something didn't do.
I don't think we've gigged since you've had the beard.